Sa totoo lamang ay we are worried but we are not scared that Mr. Erwin Tulfo, who claims to be the new chairman of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, is presiding over this investigation. Kasi po, inaakusahan siya, pero siya rin ang mag-iimbestiga at eventually siya rin ang magdedesisyon. He is the accused or respondent, so to speak, but he is the investigator and the judge rolled into one. Sa isang demokrasya po ay na merong functioning judicial system ay hindi nyo po makikita yung kanyang pangyayari. Na kung sino pa yung akusado, siya pa ang mag-iimbestiga at siya pa ang magdedesisyon kung sino ang nagsisinungaling at kung sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo. And of course, by human nature, we don't expect Mr. Erwin Tulfo to admit his guilt. And therefore, by human nature also, it is predictable that he will cite all of us as liars. And pursuant to his power as chairman of the committee, and that is debatable, he can cite us in contempt, he can punish us, and he can send us to jail. And for these purposes po, I will cite to you Section 18 po of the same Senate Resolution number 5. Nakalagay po dito, 18, no? Contempt. Contempt. Makikita nyo dito, ang sinasabi, ito, babasahin ko po. The chairman, with the concurrence of at least one member, may punish or cite in contempt any witness before the committee who disobeys any order of the committee or refuses to be sworn or to testify or to answer a proper question by the committee or any of its members or testifies falsely or evasively. Sa tingin nyo ba, sasabihin ni Mr. Erwin Tulfo that we are testifying truthfully? Sasabihin niya yan, you are testifying falsely. And what is the consequence of that? Contempt. And once you are cited in contempt, itong rule po na ito ay inamend ng Senate. We have resolution number 145. Senate resolution number 145. Ang matindi po ikukulong kami. Huh? Ito a contempt of the committee shall be deemed a contempt of the Senate. Such witness may be ordered by the committee to be detained in such place as it may designate. No? Pwede nila kaming ipadala sa Pasay City Jail. No? That is the danger, no? Give me few minutes na lang. So yun po ang, having said all of those, this is our humble request to the members and leadership of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines. First message, we should observe rule of law. We should observe your own Senate rules. If you do not follow your own rules, how can you expect us, non-senators, to obey your rules? Second, we respectfully ask the members and the leadership of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines to observe statesmanship, not brinkmanship. We observe delicadeza. Delicadeza is addressed to the senses of the senators who were named in the affidavit of the 18 former soldiers. Hindi po pwede sa isang demokrasya na kung sino pa yung inaakusahan ay siya pa ang mag-iimbestiga at siya ang magdedesisyon kung sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo o hindi. Ito na lamang po ang panghuli na mensahe ko sa ngayon naman ay kay Senator Robin Padilla, na isang membro ng Blue Ribbon Committee na pinamumunuan ni Senator Pia Cayetano at ang subcommittee chairman na si Senator Redante Marcoleta. Na hinanap po namin sila ay wala sila ngayon, kaya bilang miyembro ng Blue Ribbon, sa kanya ko ihahatid ang aking mensahe. Magsusumite po kami kay Senator Robin Padilla ng pangalan ng 14 na mga dating Marines at dating empleyado rin ni Ginoong Zaldico na nagtrabaho at natawag ding basurero na nagde-deliver din ng pera sa iba't ibang mga personalidad. At ang pangalan ng 14 na ito ay isusumite ko kay Senator Robin Padilla at siya na po ang bahalang mag-submit sa kanyang committee. No? At itong 14 po na ito ay handa silang tumalima sa anumang sabpina or imbitasyon po na manggagaling sa Senado para magbigay din ng kanilang nalalaman tungkol sa pagde-deliver ng mga maleta na ito. So, nailabas na po namin ang 18, ipapaimbita namin ang 14 pa, at kung hindi pa ho kayo kontento, ay meron pa pong 7 na handang magtestigo rin. Ihuhuli ko lamang po yung 7 dahil nasa isang maselan silang kalagayan na kung sa tingin ko makumbinsi naman ang ating mga mamamayan ay sapat na po yun. So yan lamang po at maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Sir, to clarify, ngayong after po this press call, pupunta po ba kayo sa iyo?
Yes.
Sir, do you want Senator Erwin to inhibit?
By rules of decency, he should.
What would you request, sir, sa hearing mamaya na mag-inhibit siya?
Well, we will manifest what I said to you earlier, that we should observe statesmanship. No? Pangit naman yung ikaw na yung nireklamo, ikaw pa mag-imbestiga, ikaw pa ang maging huwes.
You
Hindi po
mentioned earlier you expect them to cite the witnesses in contempt, sir?
Well, if you look at the rules, no, it says there that if you falsely testify, you can be cited in contempt. Now, if the former soldiers will affirm and confirm what they stated in their affidavit, what would be the response of Mr. Erwin Tulfo and other legislators similarly situated? Sasabihin ba niya, nagsasabi kayo ng totoo? Hindi po, ang sasabihin niya, nagsisinungaling kayo. Ngayon pa nga lang, hindi pa kami nagpakita, sinabi na niya na nagsisinungaling kayo. At kung sinabi niyang nagsisinungaling kami, ano po ang consequence niyon? Binasa ko po sa inyo ang Section 18 ng Senate Resolution number 5 as amended by Senate Resolution number 145, dated February 13, 2013. So wala kaming ibang patutunguhan kundi kulong po eh. And that is why the logic of our request, the reason, the basis for our request is for him to recuse himself, to inhibit and let those who were not named in the affidavit to preside over the investigation.
Pero he can participate, sir, si Senator Erwin.
Yes, we
Basta wag
welcome.
lang chair.
Yes, yes.
Si
And,
Sorry sir, Senator Robby, may sinabi mo kasi si Senator Erwin sa baba na pinatatanong po sa inyo kung sasamahan niyo po ang labing walo doon sa hearing.
Kung ano ang nais ng aking mga bisita, yun ang mangyayari. Pero hindi ako uupo dun sa consultative meeting.
And
Doon
sir,
lang
kayo
ako sa
po,
tabi ninyo.
Dahil po,
we will not
Doon lang ako
oblige
sa tabi.
we will not oblige Senator Padilla to accompany us. We can go there on our own. I want to impress upon you, dear media members, that we are acting on our own. We are not upon the dictates of anyone. And let me respond to 3 serious allegations coming from so-called high government officials. Number 1, sinabi ni NBI Director Matibag doon na peke daw ang mga ito. Hindi raw sila dating mga sundalo. Okay? Yun ang allegation niya ngayon. Pero hindi ba stop ang grupo niya Ito, basahin ko yung natanggap kong investigasyon. Nakalagay dito, we invite Attorney Baligot and the former enlisted personnel of the Philippine military. Ito, yung grupo mismo ni Mr. Erwin Tulfo nagsasabi na that they are former enlisted personnel of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. At klaro pa dito, from number 1 to number 18, nakalagay dyan former Marines, pero yung number 6 sinabi, Renny Boy Julian, Reservist Philippine Army. Yan po ang sinabi namin sa affidavit nila. Sa number 13, nakalagay dito, Romel C. Galapon, Philippine Army. Yan din po ang sinabi namin sa affidavit nila. No? Number 2, kung peke kami, ano ang resulta ng dalawang pagkakataon na tinawag kami ng NBI sa National Bureau of Investigation na ang purpose nila was to conduct an identity verification of the 18 former soldiers. At dalawang beses nilang na-prove na totoo yung sinasabi na 16 ang dating Marines, dalawa naman ang dating Army. No? Pangatlo, bakit niya namang sasabihin na nagsisinungaling ang mga ito? Eh siya mismo, nagsumite siya ng affidavit ng mga sundalo sa ombudsman. At yung panel of investigators ng ombudsman na pinapangunahan ni retired General and Attorney Eliseo Cruz ng ombudsman, no? Eh binanggit nila yung affidavit ng dalawang dating sundalo doon sa fact-finding nila against former Speaker Martin Romualdez, former Congressman Saldico, at a certain Attorney Raulito Paras. Nandun po sa report ng panel of investigators ng ombudsman. E anim po yun na mga abogado ng ombudsman. So sino po ang nagsisinungaling? Noon pa ay sinasabi ko, si Matibag ay isang political operator. Hindi po yan investigador. No? At ang ginagawa niya ngayon ay pinupolitika niya, hinahatak niya ang National Bureau of Investigation sa isang political exercise. Sana hindi masira ang NBI as an institution. Pangalawa, narinig namin kanina, nagmamonitor ako na ang sabi ni Senator Erwin Tulfo ay bogus daw ang mga ito. Eh kung bogus ang mga ito, eh bakit pa siya nagpadala at sinabi na former enlisted personnel ng Armed Forces of the Philippines ang mga ito? No? I think there is duplicity in the words of coming from the mouth of Mr. Erwin Tulfo.